Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to a brand new episode of Pieces of Lily. If you are new to the channel, my name's Latoya. Welcome. This is a place where we speak about all things related to autism. Today's episode is going to be about our IEP session this morning. It went so well, guys. So I'm excited to share with you the pros and all of the changes that we're making. So let's first start out with talking about what exactly is in an IEP and what happens in an IEP meeting. So an IEP is an individualized education plan that allows for certain accommodations to be made for your child if they have specific disabilities. In my particular case, my daughter has autism spectrum disorder. And so she has certain accommodations in place. Every year, you meet with your the school and discuss if there need to be any changes made, or if we need to add things, subtract things, all of that in the IEP. So last year, she was in kindergarten, and her goals were completely surrounded around vocational things. And so I'm going to run through the list real quick and kind of share with you what exactly was on her IEP. So her first goal was given an academic task. Her goal was to complete it with 2 or fewer prompts. Her second goal was when approaching undesired tasks or unwanted tasks, she will use calm down methods in order to push through. Some calm down strategies included social stories and breathing exercises. So these were the things that were on her IEP. It was purely in relation to just being able to function in an academic setting at a school. Fast forward to first grade, and she has mastered all of these skills. And so it was appropriate at this time to go on ahead and adjust her goals. And so we did. We removed all of the things that were on her previous IEP and added brand new things. So let's talk about what her new goals are. So her first goal is to, given sets of words, she will identify rhyming words 80% of the time. Her second goal is, given a list of words starting with CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant, Aaliyah will segment and blend the sounds of the letters and read the words correctly. Her third goal was, given her instructional level probe, Aaliyah will make a 75% or above 4 out of 5 trials to be monitored by monthly data collection. So they will be collecting data on these things every single month. So those are her goals. Her goals do not consist of, doing what's asked of her by her teacher or following the rules. It's strictly in relation to the areas in which she's weak in, which is English, language arts, and math. So I'm super excited that we're past, the classroom setting, rules and things like that. And now we're just focusing on the academic things. Now, something important to note in the IEP meeting, or in this one in particular, is that we didn't have a ton of people in there. In the past, we've had, guidance counselor, special education teacher, principal, occupational therapy, speech therapy, all these different people in there, in addition to myself, her father, and any of her behavior therapists or technicians that we chose to bring in. This time around, because she doesn't require many services at all, her IEP just consisted of a special ed teacher, also included her general education teacher. It included her principal, myself, her father, and then I did invite her 2 registered behavior technicians, as well as her board certified behavior analyst, all of which offer her ABA therapy in the home as well as in clinic. They all attended, so we were all able to collaborate together to come up with this plan. And then also too, they were able to look at what will be implemented in the school and adjust their goals outside of the school setting to match that, to make sure we're all working on the same thing. So that was great. I will say that this IEP meeting was so encouraging because her teacher this year is seasoned. I think I've mentioned this before. She's been in the game 21 years. She's been a first grade teacher about 17 of those years. She's a twin mom like myself, and she was phenomenal. She was phenomenal. She knows my daughter in and out. She knows what kind of adjustments she's allowed for her to make in the classroom setting to be successful. So for example, if she's overwhelmed by something, she already can anticipate that Aaliyah is going to be overwhelmed, and not, they don't even have to communicate the fact that Aaliyah is just going to take a 2-minute break, reset, and then get back into the coursework. She allows her to do that. Whereas I think in some classroom settings, they would definitely be like, well, no, I have 30 minutes to teach this lesson, and I need every kid paying attention, fully engaged, all of that. Her teacher does allow her to kind of regroup and jump back in, and it's been super helpful for her, for sure. Her teacher just offered so much good insight into what happens in the classroom setting, how she responds to change. So for example, they did have a student teacher from, I'd say, September to November, and then she left because of Christmas break in December, and she was gone the first 2 weeks of January. And during that 6-week period, it has been horrible. Her behavior, her meltdowns have intensified for sure. She does not want to do much. And she really, if we allowed it, she would just be on her tablet all day, every day. She doesn't want to do homework. She doesn't want to do chores. She doesn't want to do anything. And it's been really, really tough. And so it was great that her teacher was able to offer insight today and let us know that, hey, Miss So-and-so's been gone. She's back. She came back yesterday. And the issues that at least she was having in the classroom setting, they weren't issues even this morning. She specifically was mentioning things about her spelling, that the words she couldn't spell last month, she's definitely spelling today. And she thinks it's because the student teacher's there. So why is a student teacher important? Having a student teacher there allows the class to be divided up, to be put in smaller groups. And Aaliyah thrives in smaller groups. She does so much better in smaller groups. Or and if possible, that one-on-one is very much preferred for her. And so an example or something that they were able to share with us that we were unaware of is that they offered a couple of different tests in December. It's standardized tests that all of the kids apparently have to take. She did one of them in the classroom setting with all 19 of her classmates. She did poorly, below grade level on it. But they also had another standardized test that was very similar that she did one-on-one with the special ed teacher. And she, passed with flying colors. It was night and day. And we truly think it's because of the setting, big class versus very few kids. She thrives and does very well when she can have that one-on-one. And I found it very interesting that the special ed teacher actually said that, when she observed Aaliyah in the group classroom setting, that Aaliyah wanted the teachers to read the instructions to her, to do all of these things. She just couldn't, do anything for herself. But when it was her and Aaliyah one-on-one in the special ed class, Aaliyah read the instructions herself and did her test. She didn't speak to the special ed teacher at all. So it really says a lot in the sense that she just thrives and does better when she doesn't have a lot of eyes watching her, or she doesn't, she's in a comfortable, safe, quiet space. And I believe that to be true in all settings for her. I can think of when she's doing spelling words here with her registered behavior technician. Let's say they're doing spelling words like homework. If I walk in and somebody else walks in the room, things like that, she gets very shy and she doesn't want to, I think she just doesn't want to make a mistake in front of us. And so now that she's been through therapy and done a lot of things over time, she's able to say, Mommy, I mean this in the most, kind-hearted way, in the most gentle way, but could you please leave? And I can't do anything but respect that, right? And then she goes on about her way. She does well and it's great. You know what I mean? But all of the attention is very stressful for her. So I say that also to say that, you know, for you autism mom, dads, grandparents, whoever, you know, it's important for us to be able to pivot and accommodate and shift the way that we operate in order to meet the needs of our child. So, you know, I didn't mind leaving the room because I knew she was going to do well once I left. You know what I mean? And that's just something that you just have to deal with. Our IEP meeting went extremely well. Everybody was on the same page. We came up with new goals that were important to me. And I was so grateful because most of the goals her teacher had already came up with prior to. And so it was hand in hand with what we were wanting to see for her academically this year. It's great that her teacher and that the special ed teacher had so much insight as to what works, what doesn't work, and we were all able to collaborate together. It was fantastic. Couldn't ask for a better situation. In the previous year, that was not the case. Her teacher was not heavily involved at all in speaking, and when she did speak, it was very negatively. Our experience overall in the kindergarten for her was just very negative. So it was a breath of fresh air for this to be such a, you know, a situation where all of us were smiling and we were encouraged and all of that. Now, is Aaliyah making A pluses and all this other stuff? No, but is she on the path? Can she get there if we can adjust and pivot to set her up for success? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was nice that her teacher was able to acknowledge that, like, she knows how to do this stuff. She has the skill set. It's just making this a safe and comfortable environment for her in order for her to grow. And something important that her teacher did say to me that I thought was so special is that she said, you know, half the class may get it at minute 1, may understand the concept, the topic, or whatever at minute 1. And it may take Aaliyah 9 additional minutes, you know, to grasp it all, but she will grasp it. She grasps it in her own time. And so it was great to hear that her teacher even could see that potential in her and feel as though, you know, that it's not that she can't learn it. It's not that she can't get it. It's that she'll learn in her own time and in her own way. But she will get it. And so I'm just so encouraged, guys. And I hope that this was encouraging for you all, especially those who may be embarking on IEP meetings here in the near future. I hope this was very encouraging for y'all. So please, please, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe so that we can get this content out to as many people as we can. I really just want to help people and let them know that they're not alone in this and that there are other people who are walking the same path as you. And we can all become a community, a network, and just really support and help each other. It truly takes a village. So I will speak with you guys soon. If you have any comments, please make sure to put them in the comments box. And I will see you. Bye.